Okay. This time for sure, I fixed the audio issues. I'm goddamn sure of it. It was like multiple bad settings that had gotten mixed up somewhere in my capture device that caused the game audio to never get any quieter no matter what I did. But I fixed it now. I'm sure of it. Anyway, if you're curious about where the story of this game is at, we are in the nation of Sparta. And yes, I said that correctly, Sparta. Where Drago, our dragon foe, has set up shop, and he's hidden himself behind a river that so far I have been unable to cross because, well, I couldn't walk on water. But I've gone around the map, collected a special ability that's gonna allow me to go over the river. And we're about to see what that looks like in action relatively soon. Here we go. Anyway.
What do you think? Were you surprised?
Oh no,
Now
this, okay.
This will be weird, but press me on your abs and twist your upper body left and right.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
Isn't this incredible?
Anyway, what I wanted to talk about was YouTube stuff, business basically. Which I know is not, you know, everybody's cup of tea, but it's what's been on my mind, so it's what we're gonna have to talk about. Specifically, that latest Pokemon video was a bit of an experiment. It was an experiment along two axes. The first being
Overhead bend.
getting some more elaborate editing done on my channel. This one's kind of tough.
Okay, let's move. As you stretch, focus on the muscles in your back.
And the second, engaging a little bit more in what you might uncharitably call clickbait.
Excellent.
This one's really hard to do fast.
Awesome.
In the sense that
Very nice.
it was a controversial take
Good job.
on a controversial topic, i.e. the National Dex is better removed from Pokemon.
Well done.
Which is an opinion I've held for a long time.
You got it.
But which Sword and Shield gave me a chance to talk about, which is why I made a video about it. I should have had more yellow skills, shouldn't I? Oh well. Because the only other one I have... Oh no.
Wait.
Okay. Okay, you're just gonna have to wait while I suffer. Just a sec. Come on.
Okay, let's move. Don't lower your glutes so much that your lower back bends. Excellent. Okay. Keep it up. Neat. Fantastic. Great. Nice. Fine work. Wonderful. Well done. Great. Let's pick up the pace. Okay. Neat. Feels great to move your body, right?
I do not have the abs for that exercise at all. Anyway, clickbait in the sense of being a controversial take on a controversial subject, where I happen to have had the controversial opinion for a long time, but now it's relevant to the search algorithm. I also experimented with doing a list, basically. Like, I didn't put the list in the title. There was a list of 4 reasons why. But I used the list format because it's an engaging format that people like to watch. And I wanted to see, like, how much the YouTube algorithm would really reward me for doing that, because I've always suspected it's less than I think. Turns out I'm wrong about that. In terms of the engagement numbers, I can see YouTube really likes that I did that video. Oh, it really likes it. It's very, very happy with me for doing that. And I'm not extremely pleased with that, but That's what it is. And the second sort of experiment in clickbait I've been doing is changing the titles of videos after they've been out for a while to see if that gives them like a longer tail of still getting views after whatever they're talking about is not really relevant anymore. So specifically the true damage video. Why are they all yellow? Do I have to do planking again? I can't. I literally can't right now. Specifically the true damage video. Where I changed the title from, like, oops, I talked about it for an hour, to An Artist Reacts To. And that kind of seems to have worked. Like, normally what you'd see on YouTube videos is they get their views, and then the curve of how many views they're getting starts to level off. Like, it levels off, and then it gets sort of relatively straight for a while. It's a pretty easy to see relationship that almost all YouTube videos have, because, you know, once your subscribers have seen it, and once the immediate search interest in the topic is worn off, you don't get that much more. But the true damage video, which is at least partly because it's a music video and people are watching it a lot because they're using YouTube as a music player, but the true damage video has not been leveling off yet. Like, it's still increasing at a pretty steady rate, which is interesting. So on that one, it seems to have worked. On the other hand, I did the same thing on the Sonic trailer reaction video, which was genuinely a reaction video. We called it An Artist Reacts To New Sonic Trailer, something. And there, it doesn't really seem to have done very much. Like, it doesn't seem to have had that much of an effect. No, I don't want to. I just don't want to. It doesn't seem to have done much for the longevity of the video, as it were. And I don't know, I figure because probably with the Sonic video, that's like a thing people are gonna search for one time and watch it and go, oh hey, that actually looks surprisingly not awful anymore. And then they're kind of gonna not be interested in it anymore, whereas the true damage music video is something people watch a dozen times because they use it in their music playlists or whatever. So there's more chance of my video getting suggested on that front. So now I'm curious to see how the Pokemon video does over time. Because I've noticed that, like, other times when I've had relatively controversial opinions, that those videos tend to get comments, like, long after the rest of the lifespan of the video is kind of gone. Which I'm not sure is a good thing, is the thing. Because, like, I definitely got an increase of views on what I normally would have had. But consequently, I also got an increase in just incredibly shitty comments and people getting into really ugly arguments in the comments of each other's comments, which is really fucking hard to moderate. And I've had to add so many keywords to my word filter, like just creative versions of slurs and insults to keep them out of my comments. So the question is like, yeah, I get more views, but is it especially worth it still to do this? Because, like, even if I get more views, and I definitely get more subscribers, like I've had great subscriber growth over the last few days, which, even if I get that, okay, fine. I'll suffer again. Even if I get that, is it really worth it? I'm not sure that it is.
Okay, let's move. This will work for Blue. Very nice. Good job. Fantastic. Okay. Amazing. Fantastic. Wonderful. Neat. Well done. Stand up. No need to rush, though.
Oh, my abs are gonna hate me so much tomorrow. Nearly done. I'm not sure it is. It depends, like, because if that Pokemon video is gonna get shitty comments like that for, like, months in the future, then even if that means more views, I don't especially want to deal with that. And I'm gonna just shy away from controversial subjects in the future, because I don't want to have to deal with that, because they follow me to Twitter. And they show up in my Curious Cat questions. None of them have sent me emails yet, thank God. But it's only a fucking matter of time, frankly. So yeah. Those are and the thing is, like, it's a demonstration, if ever you needed one, that YouTube wants...
Slowly bend to the left. Slowly return to the starting point.
It wants its creators to do the shittiest possible thing.
Slowly bend to the left.
It wants us to develop, like, controversial hot takes for the sake of having controversial hot takes.
Slowly return to the starting position. Make sure
And it will reward us for it. Very directly. God damn it. Okay.
Keep squeezing. Select the skill and good luck.
Yeah, it rewards us for it very directly, and for people like who are smaller than me, who don't have much support, for instance, on Patreon and stuff like that, it's like, if your rent depends on your YouTube analytics, I don't see a way to resist that. Like, I don't see, you have to have a hell of a lot of mental fortitude not to fall for that. Like, not to go, well, I could do kind of an angry video. I could do kind of a video where I just shout about something controversial and farm the hate. I could do that. And then maybe I'll be able to not eat pasta this week. You know, like, that's the calculus that a lot of YouTube creators have to work with. And that's because YouTube's system is engineered. It's specifically designed to incentivize and therefore passively force people to engage in that kind of behavior. And that annoys me, because I'm also a little bit in that boat. Like, in the sense that I need this channel to keep growing so that I can pay off my student loans. Like, so, because, like, right now my head is above water, but, like, only above water. I'd like to be financially secure, not just not on the street yet. And this experiment has told me pretty clearly how YouTube wants me to do that. And I don't think I like it very much. And I think I'd rather not continue to do that too much. But I'll probably do it occasionally. Like, when I genuinely have, as I did with the National Dex, when I have an opinion, a controversial opinion that's genuinely held. But for future videos, I probably won't go with the list thing. Like, I probably won't go with a short, snappy list. Because I feel like that also encourages people to be, because, like, a list does not have nuance. A list just makes statements. Which is what I did in the video. I just made statements about my beliefs and my opinions. But that shit just invites people to get maximum shitty in return. Because you don't have nuance in your arguments, you don't, like, there's always on YouTube that you don't get a lot of nuanced comments in return. That's just the name of the game, but it gets worse when you don't even try to have nuance in the thing that you say. And I try to have nuance, like, I try to recognize that, whew, I try to recognize that it feels really bad when you're invested in Pokemon to have the National Dex taken away from you like that. I try to recognize that, like, there's good reasons to be upset. even if there's no good reasons to harass people, which some comments were like, no, there's a good reason to harass them. They should be harassed because they did something bad and wrong, and that means they should be punished. Which, like, holy fucking shit, the sociopaths in the gaming community, I swear to God. Alright, boss fight. We can end on that. That's like, yeah. It's distressing. And it does annoy me that I have to run experiments like this to figure out, you know, what I'd really like to do is just make videos about stuff that interests me. And put those on the internet, but the YouTube algorithm very directly doesn't want me to do that.
Hey, watch out.
Oh,
Lower
ow.
your hips. Roll quickly back and forth, or you'll get pushed back by the current.
And I think my audience doesn't want me to do that either. To be quite honest. Like, as far as I can tell. Because even, like, when I upload videos about niche things that interest me, like the stuff that I'm actually genuinely passionate about, a lot of the time, the reward for that is that fewer of my subscribers click on it too. Like, it's not just that the YouTube algorithm doesn't recommend it, it's that fewer people subscribe to my channel click on it too. Which makes sense, because they probably showed up for League of Legends or animation breakdowns or what have you. And not for whatever weird niche interest I actually have at heart.
Doing great.
No, I wanted the experience gem. Oh well. But that's how it goes. That's how the YouTube algorithm goes. And that's how the YouTube game goes. And like my two available responses is like, I need more stability. Which means I need more money. Like, ultimately, because it's about rent payment, it's about food, it's about being able to buy, like, the occasional birthday present for my family. It's about being able to pay my loans. So I need more money. And there's only really two ways to do that. Either I get more money through the YouTube algorithm, or I try to push harder on my Patreon and my tip jar and my merchandise store. And I don't, like, pushing my Patreon and stuff is already the worst part of my job. Like, the way I've made it palatable for me, the way I've made it feel less shitty for myself, is trying, rather than just trying to promote my own fucking Patreon, I've tried to end my videos by saying, hey, in general, please consider supporting content creators, especially ones that are smaller than me, because they're in the same boat.
Hold it away from your face and aim.
And they need the help too.
Fine work.
Like, I've tried to make it feel less shitty by spreading it around a little bit.
Very nice.
And I've been getting good feedback on that. Like, people seem to like that as a reminder a lot more than they would if I was just kind of shilling for myself, as it were. And I genuinely believe that. Like, I really do want more people to be inclined to support content creators on crowdfunding and by tips and stuff like that, because it's infinite. Because, like, when you're slave to the algorithm, then you make hot take videos about Pokemon and get harassment comments for a month, maybe. Who knows? I hope it doesn't have that much of a tail, but like, when you're a slave to the algorithm, that's what you're, air quotes, supposed to do. Like, that's genuinely what you're supposed to do to survive. So, oh great, they heal him. Excellent. Let's do something about that.
Okay, let's go. Bend your knees slightly as you do this exercise.
And like, I can see, like, every day on YouTube I encounter channels with like 4 times more subscribers than me,
Okay.
whose entire output is pretty much just rage farming, but who get hundreds of thousands of views on their videos because they're fairly shameless about it. Well, I don't want to say they're shameless. I don't know how the creators feel about what they do. I'm sure it's not exactly what they want from their YouTube careers.
Great, let's pick up the pace. Fine work.
But
Good job.
like, I see it every day. That's the pressure of the algorithm.
Nice.
That's the systemic pressure of the algorithm.
You should feel
That
it in
is
your stomach.
quite literally pushing YouTubers towards the worst version of themselves. Because that's how you get money and sustainability on the platform. And that fucking sucks. It fucking sucks, and I don't want to be a part of it. I really don't. But I might have to. Like, I might have to hold my nose a little bit. And just, okay, when I have a genuine hot take, like when I have a genuine opinion about something, and when the thing is relevant, I'll just have to absorb it. Like, I'll just have to deal with the fact that I'm gonna get hate comments for God knows how long in the aftermath, and just delete them and try and, you know, filter them out with keywords. Which is...
Okay, let's move.
not fun.
Great. Okay. Awesome. Good job. Sharp. Nice. Fantastic. All right. Amazing. Well done. Challenge yourself. Very nice. Excellent.
I can't see the screen right now.
Okay. You made it.
So, please tell me that actually did some damage.
You got this.
That it was worth it. Okay.
Wonderful.
But yeah. That's the business side of it.
Okay.
So,
let's move. Hold the
especially with Christmas coming up, I'm afraid on my channel,
Fantastic.
you're gonna have to expect me
Nice.
pushing a little bit harder on my Patreon, trying to get people to sign up
Increase your pace.
or donate.
All right. One left.
Because I'm gonna be traveling,
Switch sides.
and not only am I gonna be traveling, I'm gonna be unable to work, like I'm gonna be unable to upload new
Okay,
stuff.
Let's move. Be sure you
And that costs money too, so, yeah. If you wanna help, by the way,
Excellent.
you don't have to give me money directly. You really, really, really extremely don't. I don't want anyone who watches this vlog to feel like, oh, I have to give him money, he needs my help. No.
Great. Let's pick up the pace.
If you don't have,
Yes.
if you have extra money that you don't mind giving away to someone else,
Guard.
I'll be happy to receive it, but
Freezing.
don't do it if you yourself are in any kind of stressful economic situation. Don't do it if you also aren't really, like, aren't 100% sure if you can afford Christmas presents this year. Like, don't send it to me, because you need it more than I do.
Nail it.
But you can help me by watching some of my, like, if you have a video that I made that you really like,
Right.
maybe rewatch it.
Right. Left. Right.
Or watch a series that I do
This will work your glute.
that you enjoy.
Left.
Or recommend some of my content to other people if you hang out like in a Discord server, or on a Reddit,
Left. Right.
or whatever.
Right.
Like, post my content there. Direct more viewers towards me.
Left.
That is
Perfect. And go.
ultimately the absolute best way to help.
Your legs bend slightly. Squeeze. Keep your guard up.
Getting a solid workout here at the end.
Select a skill and
No, absolutely not. We're taking it slow.
warrior.
We're taking it down a notch. Warrior pose it is.
Slowly bend to the left. Flex your abs and avoid bending your lower back. Slowly return to the starting position. Okay, let's switch sides. Don't forget to switch legs. Slowly bend to the right. Slowly return to the starting position. You can try for a right angle, but don't overextend yourself.
But yeah, I'm gonna play out this boss fight.
He's getting ready for a strong attack.
Indeed.
Use a strong guard hard to defend against it.
Is that a special kind of guard?
Lower your hips. Hold in on the ring con. Keep bending your legs.
Oh my fucking god. Oh, that's a long ass squat. Oh god damn it.
Careful! You don't have many hearts left.
I think I did it a little bit wrong.
Man pose.
It didn't realize I was squatting, so I had to squat extra low to get it to get there. Ow, okay. Okay, let's see. What am I supposed to do? Okay.
Slowly bend to the left.
Oh, left. Shit.
Slowly bend
Just
to
a second. Hang on. Need more space.
Slowly bend to the left. Perfect. Lower a little more. Slow down a bit. It's okay if the knee of your extended leg is a little bent. You're moving a bit too fast.
Okay. I'm sitting wrong.
Okay, let's switch sides. Don't forget to switch legs.
That's what it was. I was sitting wrong.
Slowly bend to the right. Slowly return to the starting position. Be sure to remain aware of your breathing.
There we go.
Made it!
Made it work.
Stand up.
Eventually.
Brush though.
Whew.
You should feel it in your stomach, not your arms.
I think that was supposed to be more relaxing than it ultimately was.
Don't push it. Take a break if you need to.
Okay. Let's do aerobics. Why not? I'm here for the workout anyway.
Move super energetically. Right, left, right,
Okay.
right, left.
Sorry for all the
More.
grunting, but
Bring those knees up. Left,
that's what it sounds like
left,
when a guy who's out of shape
right.
tries to exercise.
10 more. Left, right, left, right. 5. Left, right, left. Perfect.
It is a fun game, by the way. He couldn't stop himself from working out. It is a fun game, and
You can do it.
insofar as this meta-narrative goes... Oh, I need a second. Insofar as this meta-narrative goes, it seems to be about Drago here being way too obsessed with working out, like being way too obsessed with fitness, taking it way too far, and causing harm to himself and those around him in the process. So, I do appreciate that, like, the villain of the game isn't someone who's trying to get you to be lazy. The villain of the game is someone who just wants to go way too far with the exercise and with the health and fitness shit. And that's a good villain for a fitness game, like if that's how you want to do it. Let's see, bow pull. Because, like,
Okay.
something I've talked about before
Like you're pulling a bowstring taut. Great.
is that I don't like diet culture.
Perfect.
And I don't like health culture. Like the way in which it's
Fine work.
co-opted by capitalism
Very nice. Amazing.
to sell products, which it always is.
Challenge yourself. Okay.
It's always selling products.
Right on. Okay.
It's always selling some smoothie or diet supplement or new exercise routine that happens to require a special machine that you can buy on the TV network.
Nice. Excellent.
And
Fine work.
they're always sold
Fantastic.
with exactly the kind of body ideal that Drago here
Amazing.
exemplifies, like the hyper-muscled, hyper-chiseled, excessively, and I'm using big air quotes here, perfect
Amp guard.
body Like,
stomach when you breathe.
which 99.9% of people will never, ever, 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 ever get. Because in order to have a body like that, you literally have to do nothing else but work out pretty much every single fucking day. Like, that has to be your life to do workouts. And your life can't be anything else, like taking care of children, or like doing a stressful job, or having a YouTube career, for that matter. Which is what's so fucking poisonous about it, is that we are sold this thing as the ideal, but the ideal is fundamentally unattainable. Like, it's literally impossible to get it, no matter how many products you buy. Which is how they keep you buying more products. Because if the ideal was attainable, then once you got there, you wouldn't need any more products. They wouldn't have anything more to sell you. Which is why there's a new health diet that comes out every few months, when everybody has already tried the last one and found out that he couldn't keep it up because it was way too hard. And that the ideal wasn't attainable. But no, here comes along this new diet, which is even easier, and which anyone can do. And it's totally the easiest thing you've ever done. And you'll lose 30 pounds in 2 weeks if you do it right. And if you don't lose 30 pounds in 2 weeks, then you're doing it wrong. And so on and so on. So it's nice that in this game, at least, that kind of attitude, like that kind of it's never enough attitude, that kind of more, further, always more and more working out, more and more power, more and more cut, get bigger and bigger. That attitude is the villain. Because it's the villain in real life too. It hurts people. Like, people kill themselves because of diet culture. Literally commit suicide because they are so desperate to achieve the ideal, but the ideal is unachievable. You can never, ever get there by design. And that's whether it's like young men and women who feel ugly and undesirable and like they are unworthy of love and unworthy of sexual affection or any kind of physical affection, or whether it's actual athletes, like athletes and okay, you shouldn't talk while you do that. It makes the heart rate look weird. Whether it's that or it's athletes and models and bodybuilders who take steroids that blow their heart the fuck up because they want that extra little bit of muscle, just that little bit more muscle definition, that little bit of tone. And it kills people. Like, it literally kills people. And it's awful. And I don't want to participate in it. Like, I do want to exercise. I do want to get the health benefits of exercise. But I don't want to buy into diet culture. I don't want to buy into, like, fitness culture and shit like that, because that shit is so monetized. And this, by the way, this product right here... this is also a monetization of fitness culture. I don't think it's untoxic. Like, I think this could still contribute to some people's really unhealthy relationships with the idea of fitness. Absolutely. But I don't think it does for me. Like, for me, I'm just enjoying myself and doing a bunch of exercise and having fun with it. So I think for me, it's okay. I don't think it's going to be okay for everyone. Like, for people who have worse relationships with this shit than I do, this could still be very toxic. Anyway, that's a complete departure from the topic I actually wanted to talk about. The dragon has been beaten. I'm going to do the cooldown stretches. And I'll see you in tomorrow's vlog, I suppose, if I have anything to say.